All right, we got Al with Fighter of the Year TV here. We have Kyle here talking some amazing boxing. Brother, real quick, just give me your first thoughts on the press conference yesterday. I know there's a lot of drama with Canelo, Dana White. Just give me your thoughts on what you saw up close.
Up close, I don't know. I thought there'd be more people at the press conference. I don't know. I thought because of how big of a fight it is, I thought there'd be more promotion. But I was just shocked. Like when I came here for Fury Wilder 2, there was such a hype around it. There was so many British fans that had travelled, but I just don't feel the crowds are here. It's interesting, but I don't feel it's been promoted as much. I feel Turkey Like Sheikh's promoted it crazily, but I don't think Dana White's really pushed it.
So that's interesting. When you say the fight isn't being promoted correctly, there's a promoter that's been hired that's supposed to be the best promoter in the world, even though they haven't done a promoting fight in this sport.
Yeah.
Do you think, is there anything Dana can do to promote this fight? Or is there anything he could have done better?
Well, I think it's too late. It's Friday. He should have been doing this months ago. But he's here now, but he's not been present at any of the undercard events or doing much PR, to be honest. Most of it, he's been even promoting the UFC, some of the fight weeks, and kind of left it till last minute. And he's only been here the last couple of days. So apart from at the press conference, I've not really even seen him. Turkey Like Sheikh's been at every single event. Max Kellerman's been promoting it. But apart from that, Netflix have been doing quite well. But in England, it's not being talked about that much, and a lot of Brits haven't even come out for it. If someone like Eddie Hearn was promoting it, he'd be singing it from the rooftop for the last 3 months, and he'd be doing every single piece of PR that he could possibly do, and he would have made it into a bigger fight, I feel.
See, yeah, that was my next question. It says we've heard 6 months of Turkey saying...
And Frank Warren, actually, to be honest. Frank Warren is just as good. I actually like Frank more. I feel that he signs really good fighters and he sticks with them. He doesn't throw them under the bus. I really like Frank Warren. He's one of my favourite promoters.
I agree. You're naming 2 promoters that have been dominant in the sport of boxing. So it's just interesting how Turkey doesn't have them a part of this event, and that goes into everything that's about to happen with the WWE and Nick Khan. So my thoughts were, if there were a different promoter, even if they weren't American, would this fight promotion look different?
Like all the Riyadh card seasons, when Frank and Eddie have kind of joined together, they've all been successful. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. I don't see what putting in Dana would have changed it. I know he's part of, he's got a big footprint in the American market, but so has Bob Arum. Bob Arum's been in top rank for decades. There's plenty of other American promoters like Leonard Ellaby, Oscar De La Hoya that you could have used to promote it. And the fight, even if it's an English promoter, they've hosted Eddie Hearn's done many events in Madison Square Garden and in New York and Las Vegas and California, so he's well established here anyway. So it doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
I agree. Real quick, while we're talking UK boxing, what are your thoughts on Jospeh Parker getting back in the ring October 21st?
Against Fabio Wardley.
Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, I think that's a great fight. I think that's a great fight. To be honest, I think Parker deserves a world title shot now. He shouldn't really have to be having any more of these eliminators or fights to tick over. I think he deserves his shot at Usyk. I think the next 3 that should be facing Usyk is probably Jospeh Parker, Kabial, and then Moses needs one more fight, in my opinion. I think he needs to fight someone like Hrgovic, someone who's on fringe world level before he steps in with Usyk. I think it's too soon, and he's got plenty of time. But yeah, going back to Jospeh Parker, I think he deserves his shot. He beat Wang Zhang, he beat Wilder. He's on a good little run. He beat Andy Ruiz many years ago and he won the world title. Then he lost the decision to AJ, and then he lost to Dillian White, and it looked like he was over. But then since he's been with George Lockhart and sort of changed his career and really settled down, he's on this really good run at the minute, and I think he's actually improved as he's got older. And I think, I think he'll beat Wardley, to be honest. I like Wardley, but apart from Fraser Clark, I don't think he's ready for someone like Parker, and he didn't really have much of an amateur career. He was a white collar boxer. I think Parker will win, but I think he deserves a shot at Usyk if Usyk stays around. But I think Usyk will want a big money fight because I don't think it's very promotional. I don't think it will do very well, but pure boxing fans will watch it and think it's a good fight. But I think Saudi Arabia will line it up for Moses because that's the fight that they think will make the most money and the most promotional sense. Or, you never know, a Tyson Fury trilogy.
Yeah. And
Like, not everyone wants that, but there is a lot of Brits that really want him to come back, and it would be a great comeback if he was to pull it off.
that was going to be my final question for you. Does it happen? If not, say Fury does come back, who does he fight?
It's got to be Usyk or AJ, just as a going out party, because the fact, I know the fight's not as big as it was, they've both lost. I still think Tyson beats AJ, but it's a massive fight in Britain. I think it does have to happen just for their boxing histories. It would be a great fight. I'm a bit disappointed it didn't happen a few years ago when they were undefeated or when they were holding bouts. Maybe he goes for Usyk and then he gets the bouts back and then he goes for AJ undisputed. That would be my dream. But
If anybody can do it, it's
just
definitely Tyson the Gypsy.
You just don't know. 1 minute Tyson's retired, 1 minute he's not. He's very unpredictable, but he's my favourite fighter, and yeah, I'll always support him.
Unpopular opinion. Say Moses does move up.
Yes.
Who's a heavyweight that you think could test him? I know no one's talking about this because he's plenty of time. I know
100%.
Usyk's champ. What if he comes back, has a test fight against a Fury, against somebody that's been at the top?
Yeah.
I know we want to see Moses right away get the belt.
I don't think people are talking about Hrgovic, but I don't think he wants to fight. To be honest, I think Kabiao makes the most sense. If Parker's tied up, Kabiao has got to be the most makes sense. He's on a good run. I want to see him against a young fighter.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking him. He's been winning in fanatic fashion, but Dillian Whyte is at the end of his career. He was good at the time. I don't think he's the same fighter he was. He had a lot of inactivity. There's rumours he was injured. But the way he dealt with him was very impressive. But I want to see him against Kabiao. I think Usyk's too soon. Kabiao would be a great fight. And if he deals with Kabiao the same way as he did with Whyte, then yeah, he looks like he's the real deal. And I want to see him take a punch. I don't want to just see him wipe some guy out in 1-2 rounds. I want to see more of his talent. But yeah. Then maybe Usyk later on, or if he vacates the bouts, maybe he gets a world title and then he tries to unify the division. Yeah.
Man, it's been a pleasure. Cal, you represent UK boxing all the way. Hopefully one day we get to maybe kick it. I plan on coming out there October 21st for the big fight, so we'll see how it goes. Till then, final prediction, Canelo Crawford.
Canelo Crawford. I never sit on the fence, but this is one I can see either fighters win. Because it's not a British fighter, I like both fighters, and that's my honest opinion. I think the only outcome I cannot see happening in my own eyes is Crawford knocking out Canelo. I can see him outpointing him, but I think the longer the fight goes on, Crawford will win it on points, but if he gets hurt by Canelo, I could see Canelo being just too big for him at the weight and not being able to take the punches. And I don't think Canelo can get hurt, but I definitely think he can outbox him.
And real quick, I should have asked you this sooner. Callum Walsh, Freddie Roach, in hostile territory. Can he get the job done against Fernando Vargas Jr.?
The funny thing is, it's another one. You would think I'd be back in the Irish fighter because he's from the UK, and I do like him a lot, but I also like the Vargases. I've spoke to them quite a few times, and they're really nice guys. So it's another one where they're both undefeated fighters, and I don't know a lot about Fernando. I know a lot about Emiliano, and I think he's very good. I'm not sure about Fernando if he's the same. I don't think he's going the distance. I think one of them's getting knocked out, but I can't call it. I hate not being able to pick a fighter, but yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
Well, there we go, Cal. It's been a pleasure. Fight week, Canelo Crawford. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your weekend, brother.
Cheers, mate. You too.
Thank you, man.